What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing my live reaction to Manchester City's Champions League draw, where we're going to find out who our opponents are going to be for the new format. So I do believe it's not called the group stage anymore, it's called the league stage, and yeah, that is what we are going for. So here we are. It's a learning process. We're all learning. We're going to find out new things. I'm going to try my best to get my head around the new format. But I always find that when you're dealing with new formats, sometimes you're just best with dealing with the process as it goes on. And you find out what direction things are going in. And yeah, you kind of move from there. So before I do crack on with this stream, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel, press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Also, don't forget as well, social media links, they're in the description and on the yellow banner too. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up, that would be great. And also don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the comments below if you're watching this after the stream, or you can feel free to say hello in the chat. In the chat, we've got Toby tuning in, Yoni tuning in, Geffin, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. And thanks for tuning in. You have the draw taking place very soon. Andy, thank you, much appreciated for tuning in once more. Says relying on me to get a favourable draw. I always hope that that is the case. I'll speak more about the draw in just 1 second. Adam, thanks for tuning in. 115 likes. There you go. There's the like goal. 115. No more. No less. 115 likes. Please do leave a thumbs up. Andy, no Man United, I'm afraid, in the Champions League draw. What competition are they in? Are they in the Europa League? I do believe, because they beat us in the FA Cup final. They have to wait until, is it tomorrow? I think the draw is for the Europa League. We don't have to worry about the Europa League. We're worrying about the Champions League, the creme de la creme, the best of the best. Nadir, thanks for tuning in, says TNT Sports. Been spammed with 115. So all they care about, it's all they've got to say. They'll move on to the next thing once the charges either go through or end up getting dropped, and they'll just move on to the next thing. Nadir says, preferring this format, but it does protect the big teams. It does protect the big teams. You know, saw it in the League Cup yesterday due to clash of fixtures and schedules. They've ended up having favourable draws for the teams playing in Europe, unless you're playing in the Europa Conference League, and your Chelsea, everybody else got seeded, which I'm not too sure. I like a free-for-all. I don't like a free-for-all. I mean, I think at the group stage, I think the teams that have earned the right to be in the Champions League, so the champions of the top 8 teams in the European leagues, so looking at your La Ligas, your Premier Leagues, your Serie A's, your Liga and your Bundesligas, etc., etc., and your Champions League winner, Europa League winner as well, if the Champions League winners won their domestic tournament as well. I think you get your top 9 teams there to go into the first seed and move from there. But here we are, they're mixing it up, and Man City could just about play near enough anybody today, is my understanding. We can play teams in pot 1, and it's going to be split into 2 even sections. So instead of 32 teams being drawn into 8 groups of 4, we're looking at 36 teams, so 4 extra teams coming into the draw, and it's going to be drawn into a league. So you're going to see one side and the other. I'm not too sure what they are going for in terms of the names, whether it's going to be League A and League B or League 1, League 2. I'm not too sure on how the format's going to be. But yeah, Man City will either go into one half of the draw or the other, along with, obviously, you're going to have with odd numbers here in terms of 4 seeded groups of 4, which is going to be made up of 9 teams in each, means you're going to end up with 4 top seeds in one half and 5 top seeds in the other. And then from pot 2, you're going to end up with 4 in with the 5 first seeds, and then 4 in for the 5, etc., etc., etc. It can get very complicated very quickly here in this draw. So yeah, much appreciated for tuning in, much appreciated. Manchester City fan, thanks for tuning in. Billy, thanks for tuning in. English Dawn, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated as well. MCFR, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Do hope you're well as well. Andy Tell Allison, I said thank you. Left a thumbs up. Dave, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated as well. And as correctly pointed out there by English Dawn, no, Manchester City cannot draw another English side in the Champions. We can be drawn in the same stage or the same side as other English sides. We will be drawn in at the same side as another English side because there's 4 English sides in the Champions League draw, and because of that, Manchester City will not be playing another English side in the league format stage of the competition. We won't be able to draw another English side in the last 16 as well, and it will be from the quarterfinals onwards, which it's pretty normal. The only thing that's different is the format of the groups, the amount of games that we're going to be playing. So we're going to be playing 8 games rather than 6. And yeah, it's going to work on a league format. So I'm just going to share my screen because it's going to be easier for me to explain that way with what is happening. So basically what we're looking at, I do hope you guys can see my screen perfectly fine there. But yeah, what we're looking at here, Champions League, new format. It's going to be a single league made up of 36 teams. Each team is going to play 8 opponents, 4 matches at home and 4 matches away. Oh, so it's a league. Oh, right, okay. I thought it was being split into 2. Here we are. Always learning, guys. Always learning. I'll just move me across. I can just see that I'm blocking the screen. So hopefully that's a little bit better. Once I'm sharing my screen, I can't really see what's happening. So yeah, there we go. Everything's blocking everything. Maybe put me down here. Maybe that'll work. The joys of being live. I like being live. Being live's good fun. Right, so top 8 of the league will qualify. They'll go through to the last 16. Teams finishing between 9th and 24th are going to enter a playoff round after the final 8 knockout games, and they're going to face off a little bit like the Europa League last 32 and last 16. I think it was group stage winners went straight through to the last 16, and the other teams from the Champions League dropping down, and teams finishing second were battling it out to qualify for the last 16. So Man City are just going to go into the draw. We're going to learn our opponents, the 8 teams that we're going to face, 4 at home, 4 away, and if Manchester City end up finishing in the top 8 of the league, we will then qualify to the last 16 of the Champions League automatically. I mean, I imagine that Man City will bare minimum be finishing 24th or higher, so we are going to be given the opportunity to potentially qualify for the last 16, and I'm going to presume that with these sides facing each other, so 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd and 24th, so them 16 sides are going to be going toe for toe with each other, where the teams going from 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th and 16th will be the home side in the second leg. So basically these get split to one side, so these go in through to the last 16, and then you're dealing with almost like a last 16 to qualify for the last 16, so to speak, and then it gets to the last 16 and then it's unchanged from there. So just having a look at the teams in the draw. So Manchester City could end up drawing or end up facing, I think it's going to be, is it 2 from each? Would make the most sense. Yeah, I hope that's how it works. So Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, PSG, Liverpool, Inter, Dortmund, Leipzig, Barcelona and Manchester City make up pot 1, the number 1 seeds. They're the teams that you'd expect to be qualifying automatically for the last 16 of the Champions League. But some pretty good teams in pot 2. Bayer Leverkusen, Atletico Madrid, Atalanta, Juventus, Benfica, Arsenal, Club Brugge, Shakhtar Donetsk, AC Milan. Just having a look at them. I mean, I always like to go for the teams that are probably towards the bottom end of the pot. So your Shakhtar Donetsk, your Club Brugge, your AC Milans. I'd probably have preference over them rather than your likes of your Atleticos, your Bayer Leverkusens, Juventus. Atalanta are a decent side. I don't think I'd like to face them either. Benfica could be quite tricky depending on if we play them home or away. You got Feyenoord, Sporting CP, PSV, Dinamo Zagreb, Salzburg, Lille. Zvezda, Young Boys, Celtic making up pot 3. Decent teams in there as well. Tricky games to Portugal maybe with Sporting CP. Never easy to go and face PSV, decent side. Feyenoord, that'd be a class away day to be fair. Lille could be quite tricky. I mean, we faced Red Star last season and Young Boys. Celtic's never easy, in particular, a trip up to Parkhead. Into pot 4, you got a few new teams actually. Slovan Bratislava, AS Monaco, Sparta Prague. Prague's a lovely city, that'd be a great away day. Aston Villa, going to be tricky for them. Bologna, Girona, part of the City football group. I presume Man City can face them, considering both sides are allowed in the Champions League. Stuttgart, Brest, part of France, and Sturm Graz, part of Austria as well. So some very interesting teams there. I always like it to be easy, straightforward, and simple. So the easier the draw, the better, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know about you guys, but that's my thoughts anyway. So yeah, there we go. Julia, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Cheese, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated as well. Nick, Kieran as well. Much appreciated. Alpian, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated as well. Welcome everybody. David as well. Thank you. Much appreciated. There we go. David says, hopefully all the away games are in nice countries. I mean, what would be the ideal away day? If it was up to me and I had to pick, or if I'm not planning on going to any of the away matches, but if I was going to any of the away matches, what would be decent there? Dortmund's always a decent do, and you get given a really good allocation. German trips are always good, so Bayer Leverkusen. I mean, Bruges is a brilliant place to visit, so Club Brugge would be a good trip as well. I'm not too sure where we'd be playing Shakhtar Donetsk from. They seem to be playing a lot of their games in Poland last season, so I don't know if that is still the case. We'll have to wait and see. Feyenoord, as I said, would be a really good trip. Netherlands is always a good trip as well. So PSV Eindhoven. Croatia's a lovely country. Albeit they do tend to play some games behind closed doors with Dinamo Zagreb. So there is that, and that's also the problem you have with Red Star Belgrade as well. Always get crowd problems. Sparta Prague, I think, would be my pick. Sparta Prague. That would be a fantastic away match. So we are still waiting on them to do the draw. They really waffle on. I mean, they've changed up the Champions League anthem this season, so I can't hear what they're on about, but I can see violins and things going on, so I presume that they're just on about their classical piece. Already seen bits and bobs about Gianluigi Buffon, Cristiano Ronaldo. We've got Zlatan Ibrahimovic on the case as well. Who knows what's happening? Who knows? The joys of the Champions League draw. I've never really get why they don't just get on with it and they just spend the whole time here. I mean, we've been live for 20 minutes now, and at the moment, nothing's happened in these 20 minutes. That 20 minutes could be spent them introducing, explaining, and getting on with the draw. We could be halfway through the draw by now and ready to crack on with our day. Time is money, as the saying goes, and yet here we are just chatting and speaking to each other. Yeah. Anyway, guys, big up to today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. They're going to keep you guys up to date with all the latest football scores ahead of the new season. They're going to keep you up to date with all the scores happening in the Champions League, along with the latest match information, match statistics, and match analysis. It's not just limited to football, by the way. It's going to be available for you guys to check out all the latest scores from all the sports that you guys love to follow, all in one place, all in one app. So do go and check them out. Links and details, they are in the description. Anybody that does download SofaScore using my link in the description or the QR code on screen or, of course, the link in the live chat does help to support the future content created here on my channel. So I do have my promo video, which I'm going to roll for you guys right now. So thank you very much there to SofaScore for sponsoring this video. Do go and check them out. Links and details, they are in the description. So I'm not too sure on how this draw is going to run and how it's going to work, if I'm being completely honest with you. If we're all going into one league made up of 36 sides, then we're just going to face 8 teams. So all we need to determine really is the fixture schedule rather than the draw, as Gianluigi Buffon and Cristiano Ronaldo are going to be drawing out the teams for Manchester City to face then in the Champions League. As I said, it is all done through the group seedings, through groups, or should I say, they sectioned into groups. So pot 1, pot 2, pot 3, pot 4. Man City in pot 1 as we're the Premier League champions. So one of the top seeds for the Champions League, and dare I suggest, one of the favourites for the Champions League as well. Final this year taking place in Munich at the Allianz Arena. Right, so we've got the draw expert out that's going to explain. So this is where we need to be quiet and we're going to listen to what they're drawing. Oh, I can barely hear that. One sec, guys. Let me turn it up. My microphone might pick up the sound as well, so you guys might be hearing along with me what they're saying.
The format has already evolved several times, and most notably the reforms implemented in 1999 and 2003 gave the UEFA Champions League the shape that has taken us on such a fantastic journey till today. Meanwhile, a single truth became evident. To lift this trophy is to achieve the pinnacle of...
They're carrying on waffling still. As every goal and every save may change the course of the season for the teams in play and even for those playing on other fields. The UEFA Champions League will continue to showcase the very best that European football has to offer. Still waffling. They're explaining why they've changed the format. Nadir, I've no idea, pal. Absolutely no idea. I just want them to get on with it.
And on behalf of UEFA, a warm welcome to all participating clubs, with a special congratulations to Brest, to Girona, and to Slovan Bratislava, who are in this competition for their very first...
There you go, Brest, Girona, and Bratislava all in the draw for the first time.
So enjoy this landmark season. We wish you the very best.
Right, the draw's going to commence now. Nadir, we all know. Extra money, extra games means extra income. If they can start drawing some of these pot 1 teams against each other in the group stage and getting bigger games with more attention means more money for them.
Pot 1 features the UEFA Champions League title holders, plus the top 8 qualified teams in the UEFA Club Coefficient ranking. Pot 2 comprises the next 9 qualified teams in the ranking, and so on for pots 3 and 4.
Oh, so they're not working it on Champions. So the Champions League winners automatically go into pot 1 along with the top 8 ranked teams in Europe. So Man City are part of the top 8 teams in Europe, which is why we're in pot 1 and Liverpool are as well. That's interesting. Remember, teams from the same country can't face each other, so you're not going to see Real Madrid against Barcelona. You're not going to see Man City against Arsenal or Man City against Liverpool.
Teams can face a maximum of 2 opponents from any one other national association. Starting with pot 1, a ball is manually drawn at random.
So pot 1 will be drawn first.
At which point an automated software randomly draws 8 opponents for this team. 2 from each pot, including for each opponent, whether they are played at home or away.
Oh wow, that's wild.
Draws opponents from each pot.
So it's randomly going to draw teams from the pot
The draw can be continued until
through a computer generator. I mean, that smells like fixing if ever I've heard it.
the opponents and which matches are played at home or away.
And they're going to determine which games are going to be played at home and which games are going to be played away from home. So there's a lot of this is computer generated. So This is rather confusing. I imagine this becomes more straightforward as they get on with the draw.
Does not need to be revealed and will be displayed directly in the opponent's overview. Once all 9 pot 1 teams have been drawn, pot 2 will follow with a ball again manually drawn at random. As all opponents of pot 1 have been designated, the software moves immediately to draw 2 opponents at random from each of pots 2 to 4, again allocating which matches are played at home and which are played away.
This is complicated, this. Oh my word. So they're doing the same procedure from what I explained with pot 1 for pot 2, pot 3, I presume pot 4, although would pot 4 be necessary? What's the point in drawing? Why don't they just do an official fixture announcement like the Premier League do? Why not just say 5 PM on the 29th of August, the fixture list will be released on who you are going to face, rather than do the big fiasco of the draw. I don't really get why they're drawing out of pots here when it doesn't really seem necessary. If it's computer generated, why not just let the computer do the job and draw the teams and say these are the games you're going to be facing and this is when it's going to be done. So they're going to go through pot 1, just showing some highlights from last season. Real Madrid, Manchester City. I presume that we're second seeds. David, I hope all is very confusing. Very confusing. And thank you very much for your kind comment. Thanks for tuning in from Brazil. Much appreciated. Got PSG in the pot. I mean, if I was to face a team from pot 1, PSG would be my pick. Inter Milan would be an interesting game if we've got to face them. English, don't you? Alright, it's more fun and more drama to do the draw, but just seems a bit unnecessary. I'm not a massive eco-warrior, but I also think, what's the point in flying all these people out to the draw for something that's computer-generated? Can all just be done working from home or working in your office. It just seems unnecessary. That's my thoughts, anyway. I like a good draw. I like it to be, like, not computer-generated and manually done. Right, finally, 28 minutes after the draw was scheduled to go live, we're finally going to have some movement. So, pot 1, first to be drawn. Julie, I watched the Carabao Cup draw as well. Man City facing Watford. That was seeded due to the extra couple of games being played in the Champions League. So I presume that's going to be, from now on, that's going to be the case. Andy, man, as far as I'm aware, we are going to face a team from pot 1. Right, let's see. Who's the first team out? Hopefully it'll be Man City and things will be sorted sooner rather than later. First team out then. Perfect, Man City, here we go. Right, computer automated, or computer generator. Who have we got? So Cristiano Ronaldo is going to press a big Champions League button to decide in the computer who Man City are going to face. There we go. Our fixture list is out, and that's us done and dusted. So we're going to face Inter Milan at home, PSG away, Club Brugge at home, Juventus away, Feyenoord at home, Sporting CP away, Sparta Prague at home, and Bratislava away. There's our draw, done and dusted. That's who we're going to face in the Champions League then. So Inter Milan, Bruges, Feyenoord and Sparta Prague all at home. I'd expect 4 wins there. On the road in Paris, in Turin, in Lisbon. That's very interesting. There's our draw, done and dusted. Right, we'll see who everybody else has got. So Inter Milan, we already know Inter Milan are going to be facing City.
limited goals scored till the very last goal they scored last year in this competition. So, for Internazionale, we know that they will play...
There we go. Thank you, Muddy Duck. We're top of the UEFA coefficient ranks. So Inter, they've got Leipzig at home, Man City away, Arsenal at home, Leverkusen away, Red Star at home, Young Boys away, Monaco at home, Sparta Prague away. Andy Man, it is a new format. So, Manchester City then. So, third team out. We'll speak about City in just a sec. So, Bayern Munich are next out. See who they face. They're still a round of 16, still a quarter-final, all the same. Just gets a bit complicated from this league. 36 teams, we play 8 games. Top 8 teams go into the last 16 automatically. Teams from 9th down to 24th will play each other in a playoff. And then go from there. So Bayern Munich, they've got PSG at home, Barcelona away, Benfica at home, Shakhtar away, Dinamo Zagreb at home, Feyenoord away, Bratislava at home, and Aston Villa away. Aston Villa got a home match against Bayern Munich then. Apparently we're not going to know the order of the games until Saturday. So Man City, we've got Inter Milan at home, Bruges at home, Feyenoord at home, and Sparta Prague at home. Our away matches are going to be in Paris, in Turin, in Portugal, and in Bratislava. Next team out is RB Leipzig. Rasenball Sport Leipzig next out.
Now, 6th successive participation in the competition for Leipzig. Semi-final in 2020. Leipzig has been drawn away to Internazionale Milan.
So they've got Inter Milan away. Also going to face Liverpool at home, Juventus at home, Atletico Madrid away, Sporting CP at home, Celtic away, Aston Villa at home, and Sturm Graz away. Just have a look at City's fixtures. It's not the easiest of fixtures. I'd expect City to be beating Inter Milan, Club Bruges, Feyenoord, and Sparta Prague at home. I'd expect 12 points from them. PSG away won't be easy. Juventus away won't be easy. Sporting CP won't be easy. Bratislava, I'd expect 3 points there. So that's 5 wins out of the 8. What do you imagine here? 6 out of the 8, 6 wins out of 8 would be enough to qualify in the top 8, I reckon. Maybe 6 wins and a draw. If that's the case, we're going to have to go to either Lisbon, Turin, or Paris and win. I fancy City can do that, to be honest. So, Dortmund, they're going to face Barcelona at home, Real Madrid away, Shakhtar at home, Club Bruges away, Celtic at home, Dinamo Zagreb away, Sturm Graz at home, and Bologna away. I fancy, what's the away games then for City? What fans got to look forward to? So, City, well, we've got away matches in Paris. Not bad. Turin. Okay. Sporting Lisbon. Sporting CP. Sporting Club de Portugal. That's the one. That's a decent away day in Lisbon. And Bratislava away. Okay. Right, Barcelona. There's... Who are they going to face? How's Barcelona a top 8 team and top 9 team in Europe? Anyway, yeah, I mean, the teams are soon going to get exposed from this format, aren't they? As to what level they're at. Bayern Munich at home, Dortmund away, Atalanta at home, Benfica away, Young Boys at home, Red Star away, Brest at home, and Monaco away. It's pretty straightforward for Barcelona. I'd expect them to be making it through, to be honest.
Another 3 to complete.
There, Dave, I reckon so. 6 wins out of 8 is what you're looking for. It'll send you through. Muddy Duck says this new format seems like a farce. Nuts having long delays until order of matches even further delayed. City have a tougher draw than expected to get a top place with some tough away games. Very difficult.
First time they won the competition without losing a single match.
Next up, Real Madrid.
We have Borussia Dortmund,
They've got Borussia Dortmund.
former club.
They've also got Liverpool away. Ouch. That's a decent game at Anfield. AC Milan at home, Atalanta away, Salzburg at home, Lille away, Stuttgart at home and Brest away. I'd expect Real Madrid to be making it through there as well. I mean, other than maybe Atalanta and Liverpool away, everything else is pretty straightforward for them. Home form's going to be crucial, and thankfully for Man City, our home form in the Champions League is immense. You can't afford to not be winning your home games, really. Comes much of a muchness.
Happy with that, Cristiano? You think you've given them a decent path?
Not bad so far.
Not bad so far. Okay, right. We'll ask them later. Giorgio, back to you.
Yes, back to G
Alright, next up.
for the next 2 draws. We start.
It's either PSG or Liverpool. Is Liverpool. So Liverpool's team, let's see what their route is to potentially go through to the last 16.
6-time winners. Liverpool have been drawn.
They already know that they're going to face Real Madrid at home and Leipzig away from the top seeds. They're also going to face Leverkusen at home, AC Milan away, Lille at home, PSV away, Bologna at home and Girona away.
Traveling to the Netherlands to take on PSV Eindhoven in pot 3. And in pot 4, it's hosting Bologna. That's their responsibility. And also traveling to Girona. So 2 clubs there that are back in the big time of the UEFA Champions League.
Not sure, I don't like this new format, guys. I have an aversion to change.
Already drawn against 2 teams in pot 1.
Paris Saint-Germain.
PSG next up.
They scored in the last 15.
I can't believe we don't find out our opponents until the dates for the games till Saturday. Mental. So PSG, we already know that they're facing City at home and Bayern Munich away. They've also got Atletico Madrid at home, Arsenal away, PSV at home, Salzburg away, Girona at home and Stuttgart away. It rescues it a little bit there because PSG have got 4 very difficult games. City at home and Atletico Madrid at home with Bayern Munich away and Arsenal away means that they're looking at the final 4 games. PSV at home, Girona at home, Salzburg and Stuttgart away. PSG are needing to win them games, so difficult that for PSG.
How does that look, Gigi? You don't know? We'll know. We'll find out, right?
Yeah.
Find out. Once the matches start, we find out.
Wait to see what happens.
For me, PSG
Rightio.
always to win the
So that's pot 1 done.
best team and playing
Next up, pot 2.
in Europe.
This year is the year? You hope. Fantastic.
We'll find out who Arsenal's opponents are going to be.
Have been drawn, and already some fantastic matchups to look forward to. We promised you big games.
So Man City know that we've got Inter at home, Club Brugge at home, Feyenoord at home and Sparta Prague at home. And away from home we've got PSG, Juventus, Sporting CP and also Bratislava.
To come. We've got pot 2 coming up. 9 more teams who are about to discover their fate.
Okay.
Take a look at them.
I mean, this makes it more straightforward for UEFA, but it's automated draw stuff. I'm not sure. Muddy Duck, I'd say Liverpool got it pretty simple. Real Madrid, I think, have got it pretty simple. City's is more complicated. I don't think City's is overly that difficult. It could have been better. It could have been worse. I'd probably say it's more difficult than Real Madrid or Liverpool, but, you know, it is what it is. What are your guys' thoughts on the draw anyway? What do you think? Easy? Hard? Straightforward? Difficult? Somewhere in between? I'm not sure. You find out all the crucial bits of information very early, don't you? So, yeah. Here we are. Right, pot 2. It should speed up the draw as we go through because there's not as many teams to draw. So once we get through pot 2, you're through all the hard work of the draw. Yeah, which games are you looking forward to? Nick says looking forward to Inter, PSG and Juve. Difficult games.
So, as we've just seen, some magnificent teams in pot 2, including the Bundesliga champions Bayer Leverkusen, Arsenal.
Nick reckons City have got the harder route. I mean, you've got Inter at home. I'd rather have faced them at the Etihad than away from home. PSG and Juventus, I think they rely on the name. I don't think they're amazing, either of them. I think they'd be more fearful of facing City and they lose a home game, potentially not winning them. As Atletico Madrid, Julian Alvarez's new team, are out first from pot 2. They're going to face, they already know they're facing Leipzig at home and PSG away. Cristiano Ronaldo looks like he can't be bothered. Hands in his pocket to press the button. So they're facing Leipzig at home, PSG away, Leverkusen at home, Benfica away, Lille at home, Salzburg away, and Bratislava at home and Sparta Prague away.
And they take on Salzburg in Austria. And from pot 4, they will be hosting newcomers Slovan Bratislava, and they travel to the Czech Republic to take on Sparta Praha. And just a reminder again, this is not the order in which it will happen, Giorgio, because
as David says there, irrelevant who City face. If they play to their game, there can be anybody on their day. The only real standout team that I think City would have a big tussle with would be Real Madrid, as David says. We're not facing Real Madrid, so we don't have to worry about that. So, Gigi Buffon next draws out Atalanta from Italy. Won the Europa League. So Atalanta facing Real Madrid at home and Barcelona away. They're also going to face Arsenal at home, Shakhtar away, Celtic at home, Young Boys away, Sturm Graz at home and Stuttgart away. There we go, done and dusted. Next up. Muddy Duck, it's difficult for City. It's a difficult route. I don't think the quality's amazing that City are facing. On paper, they look like great games, which is what I think UEFA are definitely looking for. Games that pique people's interest. People will be interested in watching PSG against Man City. People will be interested in watching Juventus against Man City. I'd expect Man City to be beating them, though. So Club Brugge, they're going to be facing Dortmund at home, Man City away, Juventus at home, AC Milan away, Sporting Club de Portugal at home, Celtic away, Aston Villa at home, and Sturm Graz away. Desi says, not a bad draw for us. Some optimism out there. I like it. I like it.
From pot 3, they are at home to Sporting Club de Portugal, that's where it all began for Cristiano, and they are at Celtic Park. What a game that will be for them. And from pot 4, they host Aston Villa, and they travel to Sturm Graz.
I mean, it is quite interesting, this format, because, you know, you can lose your opening game and you think, oh, we'll win our next game. There's plenty to be positive about, you know, win a couple of games. And the league table's always forever changing. You've only got 8 games to potentially sit in the top 8. It's difficult to do. But it doesn't really matter if you finish 1st or 8th. It's more of a statement of intent if you can go out there and win 7 or 8 of your 8 games. As Bayer Leverkusen are the next team to be drawn. They already know that they're going to be facing Inter Milan at home. They've got an away match against Liverpool, a home match against AC Milan, an away match against Atletico Madrid, a home match against Salzburg, an away match against Feyenoord, a home match against Sparta Prague, and an away match against Brest. Interesting test that for Xabi Alonso at Bayer Leverkusen. Ewing says, draw's good so far. As we're halfway through pot 2 now, with Arsenal coming out. So we'll see who Arsenal face. Let's see what their route is. Arsenal. already know that they're going to be facing PSG at home, Inter Milan away, and Atalanta away. So a couple of difficult away matches to Italy. They also got Shakhtar at home, Dinamo Zagreb at home, Monaco at home. They're going to Sporting CP away, and they've also got Girona at home. So I think Arsenal will be pretty happy with that. I'd expect Arsenal to be too strong there. Next up, Benfica come out.
So Benfica, they won twice the tournament and they participated 44 times.
I'd presume the top 8 teams that go through are going to be the top seeds in the last 16, so they will be at home in the second leg. So it's well within Man City's best interest to finish in the top 8 and not take the chance on the knockout games for between finishing 9th and 24th, as Benfica have Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, Feyenoord and Bologna at home, with Bayern Munich, Juventus, I think, catch the other 2 away from home. Next up, you got AC Milan.
So Milan, 7-time winners of the competition, 32 times participating. Liverpool, Real Madrid, Bruges, and
So AC Milan are going to have Liverpool at home, Real Madrid away, Club Brugge at home and Leverkusen away. Cristiano Ronaldo looks so bored. They're also going to face Red Star at home, Zagreb away, Girona at home and Bratislava away. I mean, the quality of some of the teams in pots 3 and 4 leave a lot to be desired, which is why I'm thinking 6 wins is what it's going to take to finish top. So, last 2 teams to come out, we've got Juventus and Shakhtar. Penultimate team out of pot 2 is Juventus.
here we are finally. Gigi managed to show us the name of Juventus. Juventus has been drawn already against 4 opponents.
So Juventus know that they've got home matches against Man City and Benfica, with away matches against Leipzig and Club Brugge. You're also going to have PSV at home, Lille away, Stuttgart at home and Aston Villa away.
Eindhoven, a trip to France to face Lille, a match at home against Stuttgart, and they'll be going to Birmingham to take on Aston Villa. And I have to ask, Christian, you scored practically every time against Buffon when you guys played in the Champions League. Every match. Yeah, 10 times. I think it was 10 times, the most any player ever scored against another team. How was it when he finally joined you at Juve? Then, okay, you're safe, but then you had him at training.
No, for me, Juventus can do a good job because
I mean, they're now waffling on about Juventus when we've still got another team to draw in pot 2. There's just waffled so much.
always the same.
Thank you very much, David, for tuning in, and enjoy the rest of your day at work. So, as Nick points out there, that's Man City's route. Inter, PSG, Club Brugge, Juventus, Feyenoord, Sporting CP, Sparta Prague and Bratislava is Man City's route to success.
It was a great goal. I mean, it has to be said. Right, let's carry on. Giorgio, back to you.
Yes, back to Gigi for the last one. Yes.
And the last one out is Shakhtar from pot 2. And he fell asleep. Is that how much they waffle on? It bores you to sleep? Or is it me that bored you to sleep? City, it's Nick just put it in the chat, that's City's route. So it's Inter at home, PSG away, Club Brugge at home, Juventus away, Feyenoord at home, Sporting CP away, Sparta Prague at home and Bratislava away. As Shakhtar have got Bayern Munich, Atalanta, Young Boys and Brest at home, with Dortmund, Arsenal, PSV and Bologna away. I wonder where they're going to be playing the games at. Anyway, that's that done, so we'll move on to pot 3, which I think is probably the most important pot to decide who everyone's going to face, because pot 4 is pretty much just you're relying on which other team you're going to face from pot 4.
More quality games to offer. Let's move on to pot 3 now, which includes 2 teams from the Netherlands and clubs from Croatia and Serbia, among others.
On to pot 3 then. So we're going to find out the full opponents for Feyenoord. for Sporting CP. For PSV Eindhoven. For Dinamo Zagreb. For Salzburg. For Lille. And for Red Star Belgrade. And also the Young Boys of Bern. And finally Celtic. From Scotland, up in Glasgow. Right, let's see who they've all got.
European credentials as well, including PSV Eindhoven, Celtic, and Sporting Club Portugal. So let's look at thank you. I get the nod from the two Portuguese either side of me. So let's find out who these teams will have the pleasure of meeting in this season's competition. Giorgio, back to you.
Yes, and now we tackle the remaining 50% of the teams. You can shuffle and draw, and they've been already drawn 50% of their opponents. They have to find out which 4 more teams they will have to play against.
Young boys.
Right, so the Young Boys of Bern are the first team out of the pot. For pot 3, they've already got home matches against Inter Milan and Atalanta, with away matches against Barcelona and Shakhtar Donetsk. They're also going to face Celtic away, Red Star at home, Aston Villa at home, and Stuttgart away. So Aston Villa getting a trip to the Young Boys of Bern in Switzerland. Next up out of pot 3, you have got Lille from France. Lille already have been drawn against Real Madrid at home and Juventus at home. They've also got away matches against Liverpool and Atletico Madrid. They've also got home matches against Feyenoord and Storm Graz, along with away matches against Sporting CP and Bologna.
Yes, Gigi, you can proceed.
Next up, you've got PSV Eindhoven from the Netherlands. The third team out of pot 3. They've already got matches against Liverpool and Shakhtar at home, along with away matches against PSG and Juventus. They've also got home matches against Sporting CP and Girona, with away matches against Red Star Belgrade and Brest from France. So much going on that there's so little time to really take in and digest who you are facing. So next team out is Feyenoord. It's pretty much just, here's the team, here's your fixture list. Next team, here's the team, here's your fixture list. So Feyenoord, they've got home matches against Bayern Munich and Leverkusen. They've also got home matches against Salzburg and Sparta Prague, with away matches against Man City, Benfica, Lille and Girona.
We can go ahead. We have 5 waiting for their remaining opponents.
Honest, thanks for tuning in. Says, got no worries. City always strong. Reckons that City will be going through. Next up out of pot 3. Halfway through pot 3 now. You've got Dinamo Zagreb from Croatia. They've already got Borussia Dortmund and AC Milan as their home teams, with away matches against Bayern Munich and Arsenal. They've also drawn Celtic and Monaco at home and Salzburg and Bratislava away.
And a trip to Slovan Bratislava.
Yes, that's it for GNK Dinamo. Let's go ahead. For teams, for countries.
Red Star Belgrade, Crvena Zvezda next out.
The winners of the 1991 title, 6
From Serbia.
Barcelona, Inter, Benfica, Milan.
They're facing Barcelona, Benfica and PSV and Stuttgart at home with away matches against Inter Milan, AC Milan, Young Boys and Monaco. Do you know what? Your 2 away matches are at the same stadium in the same city. You'd be furious. Absolutely furious.
We have 3 more.
That's wild. Next up, 3 more teams to come out of the pot. It's going to be Salzburg from Austria.
Austria, 6 successive years.
So Salzburg,
League, 6 opponents.
they've got PSG, Atletico Madrid, Dinamo Zagreb and Brest at home with away matches against Real Madrid, Bayer Leverkusen, Feyenoord and Sparta Prague. Next up,
We go ahead.
penultimate team out of pot 3. It's either going to be Sporting Club de Portugal or Celtic.
So left in the pot.
It's Celtic.
Celtic FC.
So who's going to Parkhead and what away days have Celtic got to look forward to? Celtic have got home matches against Leipzig, Club Brugge, Young Boys and Bratislava with trips to Dortmund, Atalanta, Dinamo Zagreb and a very tasty game against Aston Villa at Villa Park. Good luck with that one, Birmingham Police. Moving on to the final team out of pot 3, you have got Sporting Club de Portugal, Sporting CP,
Club de Portugal. You've seen the 6 opponents. You've seen
so they're facing Man City, Arsenal and Lille, along with Bologna at home with away matches against Leipzig, Bruges, PSV and Sturm Graz. So that's pot 3 all done and dusted. We've just got pot 4 to come out to confirm the remainder of the schedule for the Champions League. Remember, the dates and the order of these games are not going to be decided today. It's just the draw to find out who everyone's going to be facing that's being decided today. We're going to find out, apparently, according to the BBC, on Saturday, our schedule and order of play for our Champions League matches. Man City facing Inter Milan, Club Brugge, Feyenoord and Sparta Prague at home with away matches against Paris Saint-Germain, Juventus, Sporting Club de Portugal and Bratislava. Nadir says Celtic might go through. Interesting. So finally, into pot 4, the 9 teams in pot 4 is Bratislava, who City will be facing. You've also got AS Monaco, Sparta Prague, Aston Villa, Bologna, Girona, Stuttgart, Sturm Graz, and Brest from France. Right, let's see. Who's everybody got?
Some more great teams in pot 4, including Girona, Bologna, and Sturm Graz. So let's find out who they'll be playing in this season's historic Champions League. Giorgio, one final.
Raheem, hello. Thanks for tuning in.
not much left to finish the job. Gigi, it's again up to you. These teams know already 6 out of 8 opponents.
Stuttgart.
Stuttgart, the first team out.
Stuttgart, runners-up in the Bundesliga last year, back since 2013-14.
They've already got home matches against PSG, Atalanta, Young Boys with away matches against Real Madrid, Juventus and Red Star. They've also got an away match against Bratislava and a home match against Sparta Prague.
Yes, this is the complete lineup for VfB Stuttgart, and we are ready to see
Next up,
we are located to this club.
Girona,
See
part of the CFG. Let's see who Girona's got. So Girona have got home matches against Liverpool, Arsenal and Feyenoord, with away matches against PSG, AC Milan, PSV and Sturm Graz, with a home match against Bratislava.
Sturm Graz, or the Spanish outfit.
yes, plus the other 6, and we go ahead. Who comes after Girona?
Next team out of pot 4.
Bologna.
Is Bologna from Italy.
This competition, after almost 60 years, Bologna, they made the fantastic.
They've got home matches against Borussia Dortmund, Shakhtar Donetsk and Lille, with away matches against Liverpool, Benfica, Sporting CP, Aston Villa and a home match against Monaco.
AS Monaco and Aston
Andy, really not a big fan of the draw.
To complete the lineup for Bologna.
There's no tension build-up. As I said, there's no point in doing this draw. They may as well just release the schedule on the website and just say, this is who we're facing. Done. As Brest is next out from France, making their debut in the competition this year. They've got home matches against Real Madrid, Bayer Leverkusen, PSV Eindhoven and Sturm Graz, with away matches against Barcelona, Shakhtar, Salzburg and Sparta Prague.
Journey is complete, and we go ahead. Because not much is left to be
In pot 4, next team out, as we get past the halfway stage, is Aston Villa.
Aston Villa, winners of 82, back after more than 40 seasons to this stage. They know
They've got home matches, Aston Villa against Bayern Munich, Juventus, Celtic and Bologna, with trips to RB Leipzig, Club Brugge, Young Boys and AS Monaco. Do you know what? Aston Villa will fancy certainly getting into that playoff, at least.
I think we've completed practically every
Thank you very much, Andy. So, 4 teams left to come out. Next up, got Sparta Prague.
as no draw needed. The Inter, Manchester City, Atletico, Leverkusen, Salzburg, Feyenoord, Brest and Stuttgart. And the other
Sparta Prague already done. They've got Inter, Atletico Madrid. Oh, they've just took it off. There we go. Next, Bratislava.
from Bratislava, they have also been drawn.
They've also got their teams drawn.
Atletico, Dinamo, Celtic.
City, AC Milan, Zagreb, Stuttgart at home, Bayern, Atletico, Celtic and somebody else. Doing it too quick.
Clubs,
Far too quick. Anyway, just Monaco and Sturm Graz to go. Monaco are the next team out.
of today, Barcelona, Inter, Benfica,
Their draw's already been done as well. Home matches against Barcelona, Benfica, Zvena Zvezda and Aston Villa, with away matches against... It's just going too quick. Spoils me even trying. Anyway, Sturm Graz, they're the next team out. From Austria, making their debut as well in the competition. They've got Leipzig, Bruges, Sporting CP and Girona at home, with Dortmund, Atalanta, Lille and Brest away from home. There we go, managed to squeeze one in. There we go. Nadir, I agree, decent for Aston Villa. So there we go, group stage done and dusted. 8 games for Man City to play. We've got to finish in the top 8 to become a first seed in the last 16 of the draw. If we finish between 9th and 24th, we will go into the last 16 playoff game, where we'll be playing another team in the competition to over 2 legs to potentially make it to the last 16 of the Champions League. So there's always a conveyor belt of Champions League games. Man City already playing an additional 2 games. We want to finish in the top 8 to ensure that we are not playing an additional 2 games on top of what we're already playing. Man City with home matches against Inter Milan, Club Brugge, Feyenoord and Sparta Prague, and we've got away matches against PSG, Juventus, Sporting Lisbon and Bratislava. So there we go. Do let me know your thoughts, guys, in the live chat or the comments below. That would be much appreciated if you're watching this after the stream. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to go and check out my social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new around here as well. That would be much appreciated. And also, don't forget as well to go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. Done. There we go. Thank you for watching, guys. Much appreciated. Matty, yeah, I'll be catching games at the Etihad again once more this season. I'm to catch a couple of Champions League games, actually. That would be good. Just having a look at the couple of the home games. I mean, it'd be good if Man City offered a season ticket for Champions League games because they're not included in the Premier League season ticket. So if they was to offer Champions League season tickets, I'd be all over that. But it all depends on the prices. I mean, Inter Milan's the big standout game at home there. But it shouldn't be too bad of a match, to be honest, against both Feyenoord and Club Brugge. Sparta Prague as well. There's no reason why Man City can't make them affordable games, to be honest. Some tasty away games to Paris, to Lisbon, to Bratislava, or to Turin. So there we go. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Take it easy. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. I will have my Champions League draw reaction video out in the next hour for you guys to enjoy before 7 p.m. So I will see you for that. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.